You know, if you're lucky enough, you get to see people age. You know, my father says all the time, only lucky people get old.
One day, our friend Dan just kind of approached us with this great idea for the 8mm Film Festival.
The collection of it was really a cool thing to see as an old media in a digital age capturing this really sort of bizarre, archaic year of our lives.
Yeah, so a part of this film festival was to capture sort of a day in the life during the past one of the days in the past 16 months during the COVID pandemic.
We really wanted to know, what did it feel like to go through the pandemic in Rhode Island?
The thing that I will say about film is that, again, you don't get immediate recourse for the errors, right? But also in a much more, I think, kind and beautiful way. There are happy accidents that happen on film that just cannot happen on digital because the processes are different.
Whoops. Hey now. Your film is being handled by a professional.
She kept me from going crazy the entire time. But wow, yeah, this sums up our confinement pretty well, you know?
We were able to get a cap and gown and have some graduation pictures since she didn't really get a graduation.
I grew up on a boat, on a sailboat, for the first 5 years of my life. But yeah, I was documented on a limited time basis, and the few photos that I have during my Caribbean 4-year childhood on a boat, I cherish beyond anything else.
The most important things to me when it comes to archiving your lives is not everyone's going to be there forever, and you have the opportunity to capture their presence. And when I forget certain things about people that I've lost, looking back at these pictures, it brings those memories back and allows me to remember the good times and all the stuff that's really important to me.
That is my dad, who is younger than I am now, with me as a baby. This is always a little frightening.
If you want to rip them up, let's rip them up. This is me, I don't know, kindergarten? Don't care.
So when we remember, the first thing we have to do is actually lay down a memory. And so as we're going through our world and we're thinking and acting, the brain is processing lots of different information. So that's going to be patterns of activity throughout the brain. Then that information gets bound together in a trace within the brain. At that point, it can leave consciousness. We don't have to think about it. But if at some point later in our lives we encounter any part of that experience, then the brain will access that trace, and the brain tries to reconstruct that prior experience.
The past 5 years is what I'm looking for. The past 30? No thanks.
Social media has changed the way I share photos, because I know that a long time ago, there are photos of me from high school on my Facebook account.
Now, you might wonder how much you can store on this early 1980s disk. And the answer is 15 megabytes.
That is very exciting, because I had no idea when I first started doing this project that anyone, never mind the Rhode Island Historical Society, would take my memories and archive them somewhere else other than my own mind and my hard drive at home.